at your scars. Every single one is a lesson carved into your skin. Are you running from them, or are you owning the power they hold? I look down at the marks etched into my skin. Those scars, those lines that some might see and instantly judge. But I refuse to let them define me as weak. No, these scars are not signs of failure or fragility. They are proof. Proof that I fought, that I survived, that I stared down pain, fear, and doubt and came out on the other side stronger. Every scar tells a story of battle. Not the kind you read about in books or see on screens, the grand, glamorous victories. No, these are the battles fought in silence, in the quiet moments where no one was watching. The fights against my own mind, against my own limits. I've been through storms that threatened to break me, moments where surrender seemed like the easiest way out. But these scars, they remind me that I didn't give in. I wear them like armor, a badge of honor earned through struggle and resilience. Some may look at scars and see damage, but I see strength. Every line is a testimony to the fact that I refuse to let life's blows define me or defeat me. There's power in owning your scars, in recognizing that every wound was a lesson, a turning point, a moment that shaped me into who I am today. I challenge myself to stop hiding these marks, to stop being ashamed of the pain they represent. Because pain is not weakness, it's a signal of growth. And scars? They are proof that growth has taken place. It's easy to want to erase the past, to pretend it never happened. But I know better now. The past, with all its battles and scars, is what fuels my fire today. I remind myself daily that the scars mean I was brave enough to face my challenges head on, that I was strong enough to endure the hurt and keep moving forward. I have not only survived, have been forged by the very struggles that tried to break me. And that makes me unstoppable. So I stand tall, unashamed of the marks I carry, knowing that each scar is a symbol of victory. A reminder that I am still here, still fighting, still rising. I will never let anyone tell me these scars are flaws, because they are my story, my proof that I am a warrior. And as I look at them, I know one thing clearly: no matter what comes next, I will face it with the same courage that earned these scars in the first place. This is my battle, my journey, my rise. And these scars are the marks of a soul that refused to break. I trace the lines of each scar, feeling the rough edges beneath. My fingertips silent reminders of moments when life demanded everything I had and more. These aren't just marks on my skin. They're echoes of pain, but more than that, they are lessons. Each one carries a story, a truth that only I could uncover because only I lived through that specific battle. No one else has walked my path, felt my pain, or understood the depths of what those scars represent. It's easy to look at scars and see only suffering. But I've come to realize something far more powerful. Every scar holds a lesson. A lesson that can't be learned in comfort or ease. A lesson forged in fire, carved out through struggle, and sealed with sweat and tears. Pain is a cruel teacher, no doubt. It pushes me to the edge, breaks me down, and threatens to drown me in despair. But when I stop fighting against it and start listening, I find that pain is also a guide. It's a messenger delivering a lesson that only I can understand. That lesson is unique. It's personal. It's the kind of wisdom that no book, no advice, no easy path can offer. It's born from experience, raw, unfiltered, and real. When I take that pain and transform it into wisdom, it becomes my greatest weapon. It sharpens my mind. It toughens my spirit. It fuels my determination. The scars remind me not just that I survived, but that I grew, that I evolved. And every time I face new challenges, I carry that wisdom forward. I don't make the same mistakes. I don't fall for the same traps. I don't let fear blind me the way it once did. Instead, I rise with a fierceness that only those who have truly suffered can understand. This is the power of owning my scars, not hiding from them or wishing they disappear, but embracing them as the source of my strength, because the lessons they hold are priceless. They teach me resilience when I want to give up. They teach me patience when frustration threatens to consume me. They teach me humility when pride tries to take over. They teach me self-love when doubt creeps in. And this wisdom, this weapon is mine and mine alone. No one can take it away. No one can diminish its value. So I refuse to fear the pain that led to these scars. I refuse to run from the lessons hidden in the hurt. I welcome them. I absorb them. I use them to fight harder, to push further, and to become unstoppable. Every scar, every lesson, every ounce of pain has built the warrior I am today. And as I move forward, I carry this truth with me. The greatest strength comes not from avoiding pain, but from transforming it into power. This is my journey marked by scars, guided by wisdom, and fueled by an unbreakable spirit. I catch myself once again, trying to hide, not just from the world, but from myself, the parts of me marked by struggle, pain, and scars. It's such an easy trap to fall into, to cover up what makes me feel vulnerable or broken, to pretend those marks don't exist, or to wish they'd disappear overnight. But deep down, I know that hiding is a form of weakness. Not because the scars are weak, but because denying them means denying the very story that made me who I am. I realize now that owning my scars means owning my story. Each mark is a chapter, each line a testimony to battles fought and lessons learned. These aren't imperfections to be ashamed of. They are proof of resilience, courage, and the raw truth of my journey. When I stop hiding, I step into power. I stop shrinking away from my past and start embracing it, not as a burden, but as the foundation of my strength. Owning my scars means I own every fight I survived, every tear I shed, every moment I could have given up but didn't. It means I claim my entire story, all the dark chapters and bright moments alike, because they all matter. The scars are not signs of defeat. They are badges of honor. When I accept that, something shifts inside me. I'm no longer defined by the pain, but by my response to it. I stand taller, speak louder, move forward with more confidence than ever before. This story, marked by scars, is what makes me unstoppable. No one else can tell it for me or live it in my place. It is mine to own, mine to carry, mine to transform into fuel for greatness. And the more I embrace every mark, every flaw, every battle scar, the more I realize that vulnerability is not weakness, it's strength in its purest form. I am not broken. I am battle-tested. And the story my scars tell, it's a story of survival, power, and relentless drive to rise. So I stop hiding. I stop shrinking. I own my scars. I own my story. And with that ownership comes freedom. Freedom to live boldly. Freedom to push limits. Freedom to become the unstoppable force I was always meant to be. I stare at my scars, those jagged lines and faded marks that have become a permanent part of me. For years, I let them weigh me down. I let them define who I was, or at least who I thought I was. Weak, broken, damaged. But today, I choose a different story. Today, I refuse to let those scars define me. Instead, I will let them refine me. There's a difference, a powerful, game-changing difference. To let scars define you is to let your past control your future. It's to wear your wounds like chains, holding yourself captive to pain and regret. But to let scars refine you, that's transformation. That's growth. I will use every wound, every hurt, every mark etched on me as fuel. Fuel to push harder when the world tells me to quit. Fuel to reach higher when doubt clouds my vision. Fuel to grow stronger when weakness threatens to consume me. This fire inside me, the one sparked by pain, is not a burden. It is a weapon. I challenge the voice inside that whispers, "You're not enough." I tell it louder. I am more than what has tried to break me. Scars are reminders, not of defeat, but of battles survived and lessons learned. I refuse to bury them or let them weigh me down like dead weight. Instead, I carry them forward like armor forged in the fires of experience. Every scar has sharpened my resolve. Every wound has strengthened my spirit, and I will not stop here. I will use this fuel to climb higher mountains, break through thicker walls, and shatter every limitation standing in my way. Growth isn't comfortable. It's messy, painful, and chaotic. But it is necessary, and I am ready for it. I embrace the scars, not as reminders of what has been lost, but as symbols of what I am becoming. I am no longer defined by my past mistakes or my pain. I am refined by them. I am forged by them. I am unstoppable because I have learned to turn wounds into strength, scars into power, and pain into my greatest motivation. So I push forward relentlessly, fearlessly, and fiercely because I know my scars don't hold me back. They launch me forward. And that is how I rise. I catch myself flinching when I see my scars, a flicker of shame trying to creep in like an unwanted shadow. But I'm learning, no. I'm forcing myself to stop reacting that way. Because the true power lies not in hiding or denying these marks, but in accepting them fully. Acceptance is the first, hardest step. It's not about surrendering to pain or weakness. It's about facing reality without flinching, without excuses. When I accept my scars, I silence the shame. That voice that whispers I'm not enough, that I should be flawless, that I should hide my past. It loses power. Acceptance pulls the rug out from under that shame. It strips it bare, exposing it as a lie it really is. And in its place, a new force rises: strength. Not the kind of strength that pretends everything is perfect, but the kind of strength born from honesty and courage. I realize that every scar is part of my story, part of my growth. They are proof that I faced hardship head on, that I didn't run away from the battles that tried to break me. And this acceptance becomes fuel for growth. It gives me the clarity to see where I was, where I am, and where I'm going. It frees me from the chains of shame and regret so I can step fully into my power. Growth demands I embrace the full picture, the good, the bad, the scars, and the victories. When I accept my scars, I no longer waste energy hiding or fighting against myself. Instead, I channel that energy into becoming better, stronger, wiser. This is real power. The power to face my truth without fear. The power to rise above judgment and doubt. The power to transform pain into progress. So I stand here, scars and all, fully accepting every part of my journey. I silence the shame by owning my truth. And in that ownership, I find an unstoppable strength rising within me. This is my growth. This is my power. And no scar will ever take that away from me. If this message sparks something inside you, something that refuses to stay silent, then don't keep it to yourself. Join this journey of strength and growth by hitting that subscribe button. Together, we'll face every scar, every challenge, and rise stronger than ever before. Subscribe now, and let's keep building unstoppable power, one step, one lesson, one victory at a time.